everyone, I sure have missed you. For today's project, you're going to need to go outside and find a fairly big rock. This size works, or you could go with a bigger rock if you want. Just depends on what you can find around your yard. What I would like us to do is everyone paint a rock, and then you could write your name and a message, maybe using a Sharpie marker on the back, and we'll drop these off at school and create a beautiful little display of our artwork outside. So if you are one of the friends who goes to school each week and picks up lunches, you might drop it off when you're at the building. If you're not, at the end of May, we're all going to be coming into the building and collecting our stuff, I think. So on that day when you go up to school, you could bring your rock with and drop it off. If it doesn't work that you get your rock dropped off this year, over the summer sometime you could drop your rock off in front of school. And if you came from St. Germain, the kids at St. Germain did this last year, so we'll just add to the rocks we already put out last year. And if you're in one of my other buildings, we will find a place in the front of the school where you can hang those up or put those out. So if you're wondering what kind of paint I'm using, I just use the cheap craft paint from Walmart. I think this stuff costs 58 cents. I have some that is the multi-surface indoor-outdoor stuff. This stuff might be a little bit better and costs maybe $1 or $1.50 a bottle. Remember our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and you can make everything else with those three, especially if you have white and black. So if you want to do some mixing, all you would need is those three colors, maybe plus white and black. Otherwise, if you go to Walmart, you might be able to just pick out some pretty pinks or a few colors that you like. Once you have those done and you drop them off, if I feel like they're not holding up very well, I could spray them with some clear spray for you. So don't worry about the kind of paint. Any kind of an acrylic craft paint will work just fine. Make sure you cover whatever surface you're using because it is a durable paint. It's not going to wash off. It's really not going to wash out of your clothes very good. So that's one thing to be careful of, is mostly your clothes and your workspace. Put down some newspaper. I like to just use a paper plate to paint on and an old cup for water. I also think it's good to have a little bit of paper towel so you can dry it off your brush in between when you're painting. So originally I was thinking about what kind of animal could I turn this into, and I think maybe a cool little frog would be fun to be painted on my rock. I could paint it to look like a little ladybug. You could Google search, have your parents help you. You could type in animals to paint on rocks or other interesting things I could paint on rocks and come up with an idea. You might just paint a design, and I'm feeling like I want a little bit of spring, so I'm gonna go with some little flowers. And I like a pointy brush, so I'm gonna choose this one. And let's see, I think I want my flower to be pink. And I like to color mix, so I'm going to do a dip of pink and a dip of white. So I get two colors on my brush at once. If you want to try that, you can. If you're a kindergartner and you just want to make a beautiful rainbow rock, that would be really fun too. You do not have to paint it to look like anything. It can just be beautiful colors. So have fun painting your rock however you want. And when I'm all done, I'll show you my 7th grader, Lily. She was painting rocks last week and she was starting to just make some cool designs on hers. She didn't want to make it look like anything. So whatever you're feeling like. And then you can add a little message. I know I'm probably going to write, "I miss you," because it's been a long time since I've seen you. And I really do miss you. I miss seeing you guys every day and being at school and in the art room and having fun. It's not so fun staying home for me. It's all right, but I really, really like coming to work every day and coming in and seeing you guys and doing artwork with you. Doing artwork by myself is kind of, it's okay, but it's not near as much fun as when I'm with you guys. So I am looking forward to coming back to school and seeing you all again soon. So on my rock, I'm going to probably write that I miss you. So trying to paint quick, but you know, if you paint quick, then things get messy. So I'm slowing down a little bit. And so I painted my flower petals, and you can see I did a little bit of color mixing. It didn't really work all that great. Mostly they're just sort of like pink, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take a smaller paintbrush and add the middle of my flower. I think I'm going to go with yellow because yellow is bright and springy. And maybe I will put some little yellow dots out here for some extra flowers. Maybe I'll do 3. And I think these outside flowers I'm going to do with blue. I think I want a light blue since I'm using pink. So white and blue, swirl those colors together right on my plate, and I can get myself a pretty blue that I like and just make some little tiny dots. And then I just put my dots on the bottom side, and it kind of looks like a little flower that's growing. You can make your dots all the way around. Just have fun. And if you make a mistake, you could take your rock right to the sink and rinse it off. Or you could just go find another rock, or you could just paint over it and turn it into something else. It's not really a big deal. You know, I know sometimes my little boy at home, he gets pretty sad when things don't paint or work out exactly the way he wants. And I know it's really hard to paint small. So if you are starting to paint and get frustrated, don't feel frustrated. Just paint over it, change it into something else. It's really, really not a big deal. These are going to be fun and pretty, not super stressful. So you should have fun painting your rock. And if you have a brother or a sister and you're all painting rocks and you want to put those in your yard too, that would be fun. Maybe you could make a few, make some for at school and make some for at home. And I've also seen where kids, you find different rocks and paint those each rock pink and then make that into one big flower. So if you want to use more than one rock to paint, you could do that too. And I'm going to use a little bit of green, maybe make my stems. And you will see I squeezed out way too much paint. I made kind of bigger blobs and I hardly used anything. So when you're doing this, if you just have a little, like let's say you're at home and my paints don't have very much in them, this one's kind of low, you might think, oh, I need new pink. No, you really won't use very much paint for this. So don't worry if you have little bits of paint. Maybe you have paint in your house from when you painted the wall of your bedroom or something else. You could use that paint. I would not recommend using a washable paint because washable paint, when you put it outside, is not going to hold up. On the other hand, if all you have at home is washable paint, you could paint your rock and put it on your kitchen counter. You don't have to put it outside. You don't have to bring it to school. So that would be another option if you don't have this kind of paint and aren't able to get to a store. I know if you live up in Land O'Lakes and go to school in Land O'Lakes, it is a very long drive to get to the craft store or to a Walmart. And I know a lot of stores aren't even open. So please use what you have at home and have fun doing it. Remember, this is an option. If you don't get a chance to do this and next year at school there's a day and you say to me, Mrs. Acklam, remember when you painted those rocks? I didn't have those supplies at home and I didn't get a chance to make one. Remember, I have a lot of things at school, and when we come back together, I will gladly help you to get you the supplies you need so you could do this at school, maybe when you're all done with your own work and have a little bit of extra time. So don't feel like if you don't have these supplies at home that you won't be able to participate and do this with us. So we will make sure that everybody gets a chance. So if you don't get to paint one, you could still find some rocks to bring to school in the fall when we come back together, and we'll make sure you have one that you made for out in front of the school. So that is our that's our project for this week. I also posted a whole choice board of other options. So if you get this done and you have a lot of time this week and you think, I would like to do some more work, check it out on Schoology. I did post some other things for you to do. So that was pretty fun. I enjoy painting with you today, and I can't wait to see you soon. I do miss all of you, and bye.